Hey, what's up, y'all? Marjack79 here. And as we all know, the movie Dragon Ball Superheroes released in Japan the other day. It has since been leaked all over Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Pornhub. Don't ask me. I just read the notes and let you guys know. But I have since seen the movie in Japanese. Then I read a synopsis from a particular YouTuber. So I feel confident in the story and the movie itself to give you my thoughts about some parts of the movie. A specific review. I've been a Dragon Ball fan since I was 10 years old. It has been a part of my life for so long that I can't even fathom my life without it at this point. This was a love letter to Dragon Ball fans, to say the least. It centers on Piccolo and Gohan, which is completely shocking because we've seen this before, especially in the movie BoJack Unbound, where the story really focuses on Gohan, at least when it comes to movies. But this is definitely the most recent Dragon Ball movie in modern times where we really see the center shift away from Goku and Vegeta and focus on the secondary characters. And to be completely honest, I absolutely loved it. This movie is about Gohan and Piccolo and their evolution of power. It is not centered on Goku and Vegeta at all. There are two separate scenes on Goku and Vegeta sparring, but that's literally it. That's the only time that we see our main hero. And the scenes that we actually get Goku and Vegeta on are so masterful that I really don't even mind. Goku and Vegeta have fought seriously 2 times. In the Saiyan Saga and the pre-Majin Buu saga when he transformed into Majin Vegeta. We get a sparring session between Goku and Vegeta in Superhero that is so centered on the Kung Fu karate influence is astounding here. Any fans of the original Dragon Ball are going to be right at home. Those tournament battles between Goku and Jackie Chun, Goku and Tien. Oh my God, man. Some of the best Kung Fu battles of Dragon Ball Z/Super that we have ever seen. I love this movie for a few reasons. I love this movie for the character development of Piccolo, from becoming that friend to Gohan, to becoming that friend of the family to Gohan, Videl, and Pan. I love Piccolo and Pan's relationship here. He's definitely fulfilling the grandfather role that you would think that Goku would do, but Piccolo is training Pan. It was such a beautiful thing to witness. Truly it was. It's kind of ironic. When Dragon Ball Z first premiered in Japan, myself and Gohan were around the same age. Now, at the premiere of Dragon Ball Superhero, I have a 5-year-old daughter. Pan is 5 years old, so I emotionally connected with this movie more so than probably most Dragon Ball fans. To be completely honest, I connected with it as being a father. I've mentioned this on my previous movie reviews before, but now in my kind of middle-aged years, I allow myself to let my guard down when I go and experience movies. I let my emotions fruition in a way so that I can allow myself to enjoy certain aspects of a movie that maybe some people would choose to ignore. I like to get all those emotional details, all those feelings of how the character is being represented in a particular scene, of how is this character feeling at this particular moment. And I feel like it's a really good choice to allow yourself to be vulnerable, especially longtime Dragon Ball fans. I mean, it's about a father utilizing his potential, his power to protect his daughter, and that meant so much to me. It really did, especially being a Dragon Ball fan for so long. I mean, since I've been about 8 to 10 years old, I have loved this anime and seen Gohan grow up. I mean, Gohan grew up with me, literally. But before I begin to go off on too many tangents about feelings, let's talk about the actual movie. The Red Ribbon Army is back. They are trying to learn from their past mistakes with the androids and Cell. They are trying to come back into world domination power. They recruit a scientist, which happens to be the grandson of Dr. Gero, the original Gero from Dragon Ball Z. And with his help, they are able to create Gamma 1 and 2, 1 being the red, 2 being the blue. They also are able to create Cell Max, but he's not ready yet. Gamma 1 and 2, very cool characters. They fight Piccolo, and they fight Gohan, and they fight the whole crew more than once. Definitely not the best, sub-counter villains I've ever seen in Dragon Ball history, but I enjoyed their time on screen. They had really cool adaptable techniques that was able to push Gohan to at least unleash his potential to reclaim the power that he had once had in the Tournament of Power and in Dragon Ball Z, his ultimate form. And they had enough power to push Piccolo to go to Shenron to ask him to unleash his potential, which in turn gave us a brand new form for Piccolo. And that's always cool. New forms for Dragon Ball. Hooray. I'm sure that some people are very transformation tired of Dragon Ball, but listen, that is the formula today. In 2022, Dragon Ball is about the transformations. And I think the quicker that we realize that, the better off that we will all become. But these particular transformations I really loved. We have a brand new transformation for Piccolo called Unleash Potential Piccolo. That is his yellow form. And then we have a brand new transformation for Piccolo called, literally what he calls it, Orange Piccolo. That's cool as well. He becomes a mutant Namekian, very muscular, very powerful. So as I do my movie reviews, I do my darndest to not go through an entire synopsis of the movie plot, because my expectation is that you viewers have already seen this movie before clicking on this link. But if you haven't, I'm sorry. Now, as for Toad, we do get a cute little cameo from Gotenks. As you saw, Goten and Trunks do appear in the movie as teenagers. When the climax begins, they do attempt fusion, but they are clearly out of practice, and they perform the fusion, and Fat Gotenks appears, and he is utilized as a beach ball to try to take down Cell Max, but that fails. But it is a hilarious scene that ensues with Fat Gotenks, because that's always funny, right? Now here's your first viewing of Orange Piccolo, at least from my perspective. Such a cool form. I cannot wait until SH Figure Arts gives us a version of this full powered form for Piccolo. I'm really excited to see him get the spotlight again. It's been literal decades. Like pulling him from the background of Goku and Vegeta was such a welcomed change of pace for Dragon Ball Super. So hopefully we see more of this in the future, but if not, I'm happy that we got it while we could get it. Cell Max makes his appearance as well. Not particularly the same Cell that we saw in the Cell Saga, but it's basically a brainless Frankenstein version of Cell Max that is brought to the forefront when the two Gamma androids fail at their mission to defeat Gohan and Piccolo. Very powerful being. I already have begun seeing comments on Facebook who always try to come in with that same old hate train, like, Dragon Ball always just rehashes and rewashes the same old story. Listen, man, I've been watching this anime for 25 years. This superhero has tropes and the same old story that literally made me become a Dragon Ball fan in the first place. I will be the first to tell you that I damn near got emotional watching Piccolo try to motivate Gohan to be the hero that he was always meant to be. It's always so fascinating to see characters mature in front of your eyes that you've been following for so long. Just seeing them go from being borderline enemies when Gohan was a child, turning into that mentor-student role, progressing into becoming the best of friends, then becoming more of just a parental figures for them both in their own right. It's a beautiful thing to witness. I'm so glad that I've been a fan of this anime for so long, truly. Now, to be completely honest, there's not really a whole lot to say about Cell Max per se. It took all of the heroes' combined might, from Android 18 to Krillin to the boys, Goten and Trunks, Gohan himself, Piccolo, and Gamma 1 and 2, with even Gamma 2 in an attempt to sacrifice himself to stop Cell Max. So clearly, he's one of the most powerful enemies that the Z Warriors have ever faced. I will mention that it was a very cool Easter egg that when Gamma 2 sacrificed himself, he flew all the way into Earth's atmosphere. It plunged down at the speed of light to try to destroy Cell. He destroyed his arm, but ultimately he failed. And once he failed, he disintegrated like the Marvel characters disintegrated in Avengers Infinity War. Very cool thing to see. Now, this movie was absolutely filled to the brim with Easter eggs, but the two that I really loved that I felt like mentioning here, Android 21. It was shown that her human self was based off of Dr. Gero's wife, and Android 16 was based off of Dr. Gero's son. So that was super cool. No wonder he was so protective of them throughout the Android saga. Now, as we begin to reach the climax of the movie, everything is looking grim. Cell Max is really overpowering all of the warriors, and Piccolo is taking it upon himself to come to his overgrown size, the size that he achieved in Dragon Ball. Another really funny nod that Krillin reminded him of, like, hey, since he's huge, you could become big too. So really cool scene. And then he really takes on that mentor role to Gohan for one final time, and it really goes word for word the words that Goku told him when he was taking on Cell to get him to unlock his true potential. It was a beautiful scene to unfold. Lifelong fans of Dragon Ball fans are going to absolutely love it. And then Piccolo proceeds to take a very serious beatdown, and at one point it even looked like Cell Max takes his life, at which point Gohan loses himself, and we get a very similar scene of the screen going completely red and him transforming into this form that what we're seeing now to be known as Final Gohan, which in my opinion looks strikingly similar to how Gohan first looked when he transformed into a Super Saiyan 2 as a teenager. It had that same veracity, that same stern look in his face, and I absolutely loved it. This was definitely the point in the movie where I found myself getting emotional, because this key moments in the entire franchise is what have kept me a fan for as far back as I can remember. Now, of course, there's going to be some people who see the movie who thinks that it's just whitewashing or rehashing storylines, but I don't care. And I can guarantee you that any true fan of the Dragon Ball manga and anime is not going to care either. This is what we've come to love. This is what we come to expect from these new stories. Now, to really explore this form a little bit more, to get a look at the aura, it was so many colors surrounding this new form that was crazy, especially the final beam struggle between Final Gohan and Cell Max. He shot a special beam cannon to take him down, because apparently that's where Cell Max's weakness was at his forehead. Makes sense. But he has an Ultra Instinct looking aura around the outside of him with a Goku Black looking pink around his body. So cool, man. The overall grasp and scope of this design, I was loving it. It's basically a silver red-eyed Super Saiyan 2. I mean, that's what I got from it. A lot of people have been calling him Black-Eye Gohan as well. I mean, that's a true statement. He really does look like that form of Gohan too. Non-canon, but at least we have a canon form that we can really all appreciate now. Another cool shot of Goten and Trunks firing off some ki blasts. Again, it was so cool to get them in this movie, and at least they have finally aged up. They actually mentioned it takes longer for Saiyan children to age up, so that's why it took them so long. It makes sense, kind of similar to Goku. As we all know, he stayed being a childlike state until basically the very end of Dragon Ball. And then to finish out the movie, we get a very comedic end to Goku and Vegeta's sparring match with a very tired out weak punch from Vegeta. He gets his first win against Goku. Hilarious. You gotta love Toriyama's writing style. He always likes likes to throw in puns and cracks and just making fun of the fan base for our decade-long arguments on which character is stronger, which character is better. You gotta appreciate it, truly. Now, I've been asked this question before. I figured I'd go ahead and answer it here. Is this movie better than Dragon Ball Super Broly? Its emotional impact? No. Superhero definitely brought me back to my childhood with Gohan being Gohan, and I cannot be more grateful for that. Now, when it comes to the fight scenes and overall scope, I think I like the combined Goku and Vegeta versus Broly style a little bit better than Gohan versus Gamma and Piccolo and Cell Max. But that's not to say that I dislike the movie at all. I absolutely loved it. And to compare the art styles, I think I can prefer the animated art style compared to the 3D. That's just me. Now, do I recommend going to see this movie before the movie actually releases on our side of the world? I mean, surely if you're watching this video, you've already seen it. If not, okay, thanks for clicking on the video. But the answer is yes. Now, obviously, it's already been announced that it's coming out in North America in the mid-August. So I will be dragging my wife and my brothers along to go and support this movie so that we can get another one. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for my favorite franchise in existence, man. I'm so happy that even after 25, going on 30 years, this franchise is still going strong. It's my childhood, man. What can I say? I've loved it since I was 10 years old. I'm 33 now, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. If you feel the same way as me, you know what to do. You can hit that like button if you enjoyed my discussion, my emotional discussion of Dragon Ball Super Heroes. You know where you can catch up on all of your Dragon Ball news, movies, anime, manga, and figure content. You're already in the right place. You can follow me right here at youtube.com/SmartJack79. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And my friends, as always, thank you for the support. You allow me to make a minuscule income doing what I have always loved to do, following the anime that I have loved since I was a wee little boy, and I couldn't be more grateful. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.